Yo, so I got cooked trading today, so we're going to do some back testing to hopefully make up for it. So let's see what week, month, year we shall be doing. We've got week 2, June 2022. So we'll go 2022, June, and then it was week 2, so we'll go there. Alright, let's see what this price action has to offer us. Let's make sure we get to 9:30. There we go. And then we'll go high time frame. Let me just get rid of any of these drawings that we still have from the last session. And where are we at in terms of all-time highs? So we're miles away. We're heading for all-time lows. Both assets. So that's not too bad. So yeah, obviously I am bearish as it stands. We've got this 4 hour, which looks like a nice spot of manipulation for both assets. It does look like we'll have something in between, yeah. So we do also have this 2 hour. 2 hour intermediate term high on ES. And then nothing in between that. So, yeah. Probably won't be wanting to long to it, just because if we are bearish, we don't have to go back to that, as we have respected this hourly. But, of course, if we do go back to that, then that'll be great as well. Well, that's what I want to see before we go short. So yeah, I am leaning bearish. In terms of DOLs, obviously we have the ERL. And other than that, we're kind of far away from everything else. Why is this so laggy? What is going on, man? So yeah, we're pretty far away from any other draws. I'd love for it to load. We are currently inside of this big daily. So yeah, I'm just going to be using the current ERL as like our DOL. Hopefully we don't just instantly take it. However, ES has currently got equal loads of it, so I'm seeing that as being pretty unlikely. Oh, no way. No way. Give me an inversion. Man, why is this lagging so bad? Oh, right. So, I actually might take this because we don't really need to see this high get traded back to, as it did trade into this 2 hour. So there isn't actually any open liquidity at the stop loss. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this. So I'm going to go stop here just because I'm expecting us to open up another 1 minute. We have also got this 30-second, which is protecting. And then I'm just going to target that low. I imagine ES, if we do run to TP, will take this beforehand. So I'll probably just be going for a 1-to-1 to be fair. But yeah. So let's see if this plays out and then I'll go through it. Right, I will have to go break even there because ES has taken that external, which is annoying. And then just hold for a 1 out. Let me see what ES is inside of actually. I imagine it's going to be inside of something, isn't it? This is the laggiest it's ever been. What is going on, man? I hate it when you have to do this, when you have to like scroll all the way out, just see what's to the left of you. I mean, we are already at that low, aren't we? Yeah. Right, I mean, I guess I'm just gonna hope that we run to TP. There's not really much you can do here. Like, you kind of have to go break even, which is a shame. I will get that to 1R, but yeah, I imagine this will get break even. Yeah. Looks like it does save us from a load of chop, though. Of course, we do end up running to TP, but do I really want to be in a trade for over half an hour? So yeah, let me just go over that trade real quick. So, going into market open, what were we? Well, just based on displacement, we're obviously bearish. I don't think many of you really need to understand, like, I think everyone would be bearish in this scenario. Just look at where we're displacing, look what we're disrespecting. So, where would we want to see? Well, we have this 2 hour, which is the first PD array that we will see, like, will act as our condition. However, in pre-market, ES already traded into this 2 hour. So there is no longer any open liquidity at our stop loss. So if we get an SMT here, like we did, oh, let me change that. If we get an SMT here, like we did, that manipulation is perfectly fine to take. There is no need to be, trying to get anything extra out of the market there. Then what do we do? Well, highest time frame in this leg is this 1 minute. ES probably had a 30-second. Yeah, I think that's a little 30-second. We inverse that, take your position short. Obviously, we do have to go break even at the ERL as there's not really much structure to validate holding through. But as you can see, that does end up saving you from over half an hour a chop. And then maybe a con 15 minute. Obviously, I won't be taking it, but looks like you're not going to get the opportunity for that. So yeah, not an incredible day. Obviously, I feel like you should be taking this trade. It's pretty obvious. Maybe the only thing is that would be confusing is like the SMT, but you just need to understand that if we have already manipulated on one asset and there's no more open liquidity at your stop loss, that is perfectly acceptable to take a trade from. But yeah, let's go to the next day. Not a bad day to start there. Right, I think we will have opened. We won't have opened a daily yet. So we're kind of just in this high time frame range now. Yeah, I'd want to just see us clean up, to be honest, before trying to take anything. I guess we are holding this 1 hour, printing a rejection wick inside. But I think I do. I don't know. I'm not really set on a bias here. We've got this 4 hour up here. We've got this 4 hour on ES. Yeah, bit of a weird little spot in price, I'll be honest. I'd want to see it clean up, to be fair. Looks like we could be flipping bearish, provided we don't reverse the whole range, which we do end up doing. Is this sponsored? Yeah, sponsored from this new week opening gap. What about ES? Same story on ES, sponsored from this new week opening gap. Let me see what it looks like. Potential 5-minute con. Like, in this scenario, we kind of just have liquidity on both sides. Obviously, there's less liquidity at the sell side now that we have manipulated that new week opening gap, this intermediate term low, and we do have an abundance of it at the highs. So, 5-minute con here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We do tap into that. Potential inversion. Nope, of course not. We're just going to inverse that whole leg. And at this point, I would just be a bit concerned about the quality of price action. And that is the end of the session. Yeah, not much you can do there. 930 displaces lower. We then reversed whole range again, and then now we're going on to reverse the whole range again. Just literally just choppy price action. Seek and destroy. Not really much you can do there. And plus, we're kind of in that high time frame chop anyway, so it's like if the high time frame is chopper and then you go on the low time frame and the low time frame's also chopper, you can't really read price action. It's best to just stay out. There's no point in wasting capital on a day that isn't highly probable. Now, probably going to be bullish here. Sorry. We have got this hourly below on ES. Just based on like the way we're delivering, we will have a daily as well there now, which is nice. So that's going to be the current DOL. Because this is like an agreed upon DOL now. We need this daily if we want to continue bearish. And then obviously if we want to go bullish and go through that, we also need that. as it stands, we are just a bit more bullish anyway. We're respecting this 2 hour on both assets, disrespecting anything bearish on this side. So I do just want to see a resweep of this intermediate term low, potentially this, well, tap into this hourly on a ES, and then look for a long from there. We do get that manipulation on NQ, but ES hasn't done anything, so I will be waiting. And it looks like that will distribute to the DOL, which is a shame. In terms of shorting, I'm not taking the first short out of a daily. And honestly, I can't really see us getting much else now. I'd need to see clear displacement through this daily before longing towards it again. And in terms of shorts, I don't really want to short into what we have going on at the minute without more confirmation. So I can definitely see this session just being cooked. And it is indeed. Yeah, not much you can do on those days. It's kind of awkward off of open. You don't really have like a great key level on both assets. Obviously, like, was ES ever going to get down here? Probably not. I mean, it's not that actually that far, but just kind of looking at the chart, you could tell that it just wasn't going to go in our favour. And then we just distribute straight to the DOL. After tapping that daily, not really much liquidity beyond that for us to target. You'd need to see some real displacement through and then catch a 15-minute con, which obviously we didn't get because we just ended up being stuck in a range. In terms of shorting, without confirmation, you would just be shorting into high resistant lows, so that's also not very smart. So yeah, days like that, once again, better to just sit on your hands. There's not really much you can do about that. However, now it looks like that daily has given a reaction on both assets. We are currently SMT in this low. However, if we do generate a decent little bit of low time frame, low resistance, I would still be open to shorting as NQ still has liquidity available. So we have got this 2 hour intermediate term high on both assets. Did we create anything off of that? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, we didn't create anything. However, we did disrespect this 30-minute, confirming the idea of bearishness at this point. So, potential resweep of that high, or just open up a 15-minute. Looks like it may be difficult to do that though. We have got a decent bit of low time frame, low resistance built up here though. So, yeah, let's just see what happens. I feel like this is just going to be one of them awkward days again where you can't really do anything, which is a shame. Did we? No. We are about to open up a 30-minute on both assets, but I would definitely want to see the low time frame structure now, given that we've took the high time frame DOL, and the next thing that we can like even think about taking is just a ridiculously far away point. Yeah, like, why is it so laggy when I go on the higher time frames? I mean, like, we've got this 3-month fair value gap, but that's literally like 300 points away, so it's just not even reasonable to target at the moment. Because, of course, you want proximity with your DOLs. But yeah, let's see what sort of reaction this 30-minute gives. We sweep out the lows, and then it looks like we're just going to fall to the floor. Once again, just not much you can do about that. 930 just depletes and gives no possible entry. So we will move on to the next. How long have I been going for? 15 minutes. We're on Friday now. I'll probably do a little bit more after this as well. So let's see what we have. So we got a little bit of a move up where we inverse this 4 hour. We have this 4 hour above, which could be a good spot of manipulation to continue this bearish move. However, if we are just going to displace lower, we don't necessarily need that, given that we are kind of disrespecting bullish at this point. Not in terms of fair value gaps, as this is pretty choppy, but I mean, if you just look at it, we are getting that CISD on the 30 minute. We're creating aligning bias PD arrays. All this is coming from this hourly as well, which is not the worst in the world. Obviously, would we have wanted to see this 4 hour get inversed? No, we would have liked to see that hold, but this hourly can also be where we hold. And then obviously this now becomes generated liquidity to the sell side if we are now in that market maker sell model. So let's see what we have. So we've got this 30 minute that we can see manipulation inside of. We have got a 15 minute lower, but it'd have to be pretty perfect manipulation for me to not want this 30 minute given how close they are. So we'll see what we get here. I would literally, well, we don't have true manipulation yet. Yeah, that's not too bad now. I feel like I just see this so often where we have a perfect spot of manipulation and we just display straight through it. Because like at this point, I would just want to be bullish. I mean, like, is this 30 minute showing any sign of respect whatsoever? Absolutely not. So yeah, we do end up distributing higher off of whatever. Like, there's literally nothing in this range. So at this point, it would just be a case of looking for a 15-minute con. Obviously, like I said, like we're just distributing off of nothing. There's no reasoning behind this. So am I going to take a sponsored 5-minute here? Well, no, because it's not sponsored. So I would just be waiting for that 15-minute. Of course, we still have this 4 hour imbalance intact, which is going to be a very nice draw if we are able to get something like that. So let's see if we trade into this 15-minute. We have on ES, looks like we're going to on NQ inversion. Yeah, like once again, we just displace through. Like price action like this is just so painful to sit through. Like this 30-minute had every opportunity in the world to deliver us lower. What do? We displace through it. This 15-minute now has every opportunity in the world to trade us higher. What do? Display straight through it. It's literally just seek and destroy conditions, and it's grinding my gears, I'll be honest. I mean, yeah, like it's just painful to sit through, I'll be honest. What time are we on? 10:30. We have opened up this 15-minute now. Not really got a key level to support us higher, to be honest. So I mean, I suppose we have this 1 hour, but I was looking at a potential mech, but we wouldn't have true manipulation as ES is in no spot of distribution. So I will just be looking for true manipulation into that 15-minute, but we're not going to get that until after 11. Does 11 then distribute us? No, we end up displacing through the 15-minute. This is genuinely the worst price action you can ever see, where we're just going down, up, down, up. Right, what is this? 100-point move, and then we have a 100-point move to the buy side, 100-point move to the sell side, 100-point move to the buy side again. It's like, just get out of here, mate. Just get out of here. Right. Once again, just kind of choppy, I'll be honest. Like, it's just hard to read. We do trade into this 4 hour. We don't on ES. Is that a daily now? It might be. We have got a daily there. What sort of reaction did this 4 hour give? Well, we kind of displaced lower, inverse this, and then for whatever reason just decide to chop our way back up. So wouldn't mind targeting that, but like honestly, this is just like painful to look at. I don't even know where we want to go. Like, there's no way of figuring out sort of disrespect, first respect to because we're just being weird. Like, I guess we respect this 30 minute and then displace lower, inverse this 15, but that's just weird, isn't it? It's just weird. Don't even think we have a key level to support anything here. We have already traded into that 15 as well, so it's probably not something I'd be open to. Once again, still no key level. I'm just going to skip through this on the 15 because, yeah, like, that's the session we're missing out on. Boo-hoo. Next day. Oh. Right, what are we now? Well, it's a lot easier to tell that we're now bullish. Why? Well, we're just displacing through that what should be giving us a reaction, this 4 hour, if we are going to be bearish, should have delivered us lower when we first mitigated it here. If not after the first mitigation, definitely after the second. But we're just showing no sign of respect. So my next DOL, I would imagine, is going to be this 4 hour up here. Obviously this daily gave no reaction, we just displaced straight through it. In terms of key levels that can deliver us, well, we've got the 4 hour intermediate term low there, we've got this 2 hour intermediate term low on ES, and that is probably going to be it. In terms of delivering us lower, I mean, we are kind of getting that distribution lower now. It's not the prettiest in the world, but if we do get good sort of manipulation, I would potentially be open to shorting. So we'll just have to see what we get. I'll play out another candle just because ES has not really started to distribute yet, giving me the idea that it might not want to go lower yet. And as you can see, that is not what it wants to do. At this point, I'd just be concerned about the idea of us being bearish. Like, if we'd have instantly reacted off this hourly, then maybe the idea of bearish can be backed up, given that we're now displacing lower, disrespecting this hourly, respecting new imbalances created. But given that we're now trading higher, sweeping out this high, not really even sweeping, we're kind of displacing through it, given that sort of breaker structure, I'd be less inclined to be bearish at this point, even though we are getting like that mechanical structure. But even then, the mechanical structure is not valid. So yeah, I would definitely be more open to just waiting for that 15-minute con in this scenario. The 5-minute isn't sponsored, but now there's just kind of a lack of liquidity above. Once again, just not the greatest spot to be in. Let's see if we open up that 15-minute. We could potentially get a mech. We do open up that 15-minute on both assets. This price action is so boring. We have got that 30-minute now, so I would just need to see true manipulation inside of it, which doesn't look like we're going to get. Boring. Do we end up? Right, so we get the retrace at 11. And then we just do nothing. Have I accidentally just skipped to the next day? No. I'll probably finish this week and then get off. So let's see. A little bit weird. Kind of looks like today's price action, to be fair. So we've got this 4 hour above. ES has not yet tapped into this one. I'd probably be more inclined to be honestly, I'd probably just want to wait for more structure here. Because like we are now starting to see the potential for bullish with us displacing higher, disrespecting bearish, respecting bullish, but we are now kind of entering this void of price action where we don't really know what we're going to be, and until we confirm that by either disrespecting these 4 hours by, you know, displacing through them, creating aligning bias PD arrays in the opposite direction, or by respecting them, obviously we have no idea what they're going to do. So in this scenario, you just kind of need to wait and find out. What's the highest time frame in this leg? 2 minute. Where's that higher for? Oh, wait. Yeah, so at this point, you can now kind of start to tell. We do only have 3 minutes until this closes. Yeah. So at this point, well, obviously we've inversed it, so automatically that doesn't really show. This has no longer got any significance. So at this point, it'd just be a case of bullishness being confirmed. Now waiting to see that continuation. Of course, we do have these high time frame DOLs still intact, so it'd be nice to target them if we can. But yeah, let's just see if we get a retrace. Given the recent price action, probably not, but we can hope. And it just looks like we're not going to get it again. Man, just give me a mech, give me anything. This is so boring. What are you meant to do? I probably just missed a mech or something there, but this is just so boring. Yeah. Got like a little 3 minute air, but it's kind of weird with what ES is doing. Doesn't look awful, but like, is there even a key level? Suppose you got like this 15 minute intermediate term high. Is that a 30 minute? Yeah. ES also in these imbalances. Yeah, I guess that mech isn't awful, to be fair. Also got that 15 minute. Yeah, it's not the worst mech in the world. My only concern would be this rejection wick. It's bigger than the body, and to be honest, that well double the size actually. And given the fact that ES is wicking CE and closing back in the range, probably wouldn't take that, to be honest. So yeah, I wouldn't say I've missed much there actually. And it is now 11 o'clock. So we'll do these next 2 days. Once again, like, this price action is just annoying. Like 930 distributes to the sky, and then we just chop around. I've only took 1 trade as well, haven't I, in these 2 weeks, which was at break even. It's not very good. Right, what are we now? Probably bullish. We are delivering away from this 4 hour, disrespecting any PD arrays in this leg. That goes for both assets. We've got these draws above, which are looking quite nice. This one's a bit far on ES, but we've got that near ERL. So all I would want to see is remanipulation lower, and for ES to tap into that 2 hour because we edged it. For us to then distribute higher. Looks like we do sweep out those highs on both assets. We get a 15-second, which is delivering from this 30 minute, yeah. It's just whether I want to target that, and to be honest, I don't think I do. Because I am a lot more bullish in this scenario, so what would I rather wait for? Well, I'd rather just wait for us to tap into this 2 hour to then deliver higher, rather than try and bank on this movement down. Because in theory, we are just targeting high resistance. This is only low time frame significance. does end up playing. And of course, who am I to expect us to get a trade higher? Right, I think right, can we get this 2-minute? Is that a closure? It is. Right. Maybe I want to wait in this scenario just for ES to show kind of more sign of wanting to go higher, because right now all we've done is tap into this 2-minute and then wick and close back below. Right. I'm probably going to take that. Yeah, so, right, I think I'm going to take this. So, what did I see going into the day? Well, we were delivering away from this 4-hour, where we've now disrespected any PD arrays in this current leg. We then open up this 2-hour, which we don't tap into on ES in pre-market. NQ had already tapped into it. However, now we're getting the sweep of that initial mitigation, where we're getting a very displacing close above, printing a massive rejection wick on the high time frame. This is all coming from the second ES finally manipulates, which is also a very good sign. So in terms of where will I go break even? Honestly, I think I will just go break even at this 930. Did we end up wicking that? Oh, yeah, we did. I think I will just go break even at this 930 high, and then hold to a 1R. And then, see, I don't want to do it on ES though, because I feel like we will displace through it on ES. In terms of stop loss placement, kind of difficult to say. I'm gonna have a tight stop loss. Now, the reason I'm thinking of putting my stop loss there, actually, I'll go this low. Just because I can see us potentially opening up a 4-minute, and I wouldn't want the 4-minute to be the reason that we get wicked out. I was going to think of going to this low, just because I imagine we're going to make a 1-minute imbalance on the next candle, but obviously I just don't want to risk that 4-minute potentially opening up. And I will just target a 1R here. I don't think I'm going to go break even as soon as we tap this. I think I'm going to try and see how we react to it, just because I am more bullish here. I don't see us needing to go any lower than this if we are going to be bullish. But let's see. So we've tapped that on ES, but I think I am going to hold, because, right, this 30-minute literally holds no significance. We tapped into that 30-minute, we then wicked below, showing potential signs of respecting it. However, as soon as we hit a new imbalance, which is this 2-hour, we instantly print a massive rejection wick, closing back above, nearly closing inside of this 15-minute, and we're now displacing higher. So, in what world does this 30-minute deliver us lower? All it is doing is targeting high resistance with this 4-hour intermediate term low, and then the rest of these lows that have also delivered from previous imbalances. So I am going to hold. Have we traded into anything? We have SMT'd that 4-minute by the looks of things. We have also opened up a 5-minute there, so see if we use that to deliver us higher. So we've now tapped that 30-minute intermediate term high on NQ, and I give it a little bit more significance on NQ, to be honest, just because it kind of did lead to a little bit more of a move lower. I think I'm going to go break even and just hold for a 1R. Bro. Oh. I think that was the right move. Let me see what we end up doing. Yeah, we're just choppy again, man. I know that was a break even into a win, but I do think that was the right move there. Because once again, it's like 9:58. My entry comes at 10:40. Do I really want to be in a trade for nearly 45 minutes? It's like my trades literally have probably an average time of like less than 5 minutes. This is clearly not within like my data pool. You know what I mean? Trades that go on for this long. So I will say I played that correctly. Um, I think that 30-minute intermediate term high on NQ had a lot more significance than the one on ES, especially given like the draws available and stuff like that. But yeah. So we'll do the last day here, Friday, and then I will be done. This has been awful price action. Right, we have traded into that weekly on NQ. The weekly is still open on ES, and we have also got that buy side available. I would be more bullish here, looking to potentially see a tap into that 4 hour to then deliver us to our draws above. A nice little high time frame accumulation we got going on as well here, so hopefully we do get that manipulation lower. We manipulate higher. Yep. $15-minute cont maybe. We've opened up this 15-minute now, so I'd be looking for a tap into that to take us to this low time frame, low resistance. We get true manipulation. Do we get an inversion? Of course not. And it's now 11. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm carrying on. I am not ending this on 2 break evens in 2 weeks. This is the most painful price action I've ever seen. Yeah, look at this, man. 2 break evens. Were they both break evens into thingies as well? Wins. I know one of them was into the win, which was the most recent one. I can't remember what the first one was. Yeah, I can't quite remember. Yo, FX replay. I'm going to keep going until I win. I'm not stopping. Is this where we want to be? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so, once again, bullish. This weekly, not giving the immediate reaction that we would have wanted. We are now, I don't know if we've closed above CE, but it looks like we could have got close. We have actually closed above CE. So, definitely more open to being bullish here. In terms of what can deliver us there, we've got this 2 hour intermediate term low. We've also got this 2 hour intermediate term low. But we are low-key starting to respect bearish as well. That's a triple 30-minute that's we're now delivering from. Maybe I wouldn't be that against a little short here. Oh, this looks alright, you know. Loki did miss my entry. Did ES also manipulate? Looks like it did. Yeah, we did. Let me just see how we printed inside of this 30-minute before seeing what we want to do. So honestly, I think I might take this. yeah, I'm going to take this just at the current point in price. So, and I'll go over it in a moment. I will go just stop at the bodies because we have opened up this 30-second to protect us. And then I'll target that 2-hour intermediate term low. So, obviously, if you look on the high time frame, what are we doing? Well, we are just clearly bullish. However, there is need for a rebalance to all these 4 hours that we've left unmitigated. However, obviously, you don't just want to blindly start shorting. But how can we potentially confirm that we could now be bearish? Well, we've disrespected this hourly, which is the recent leg of price action, which should have delivered us higher if we were going to be bullish. I think it is a 2-hour on ES, but like this 2 hours heavily mitigated and not really shown any signs of respect. And if we go on the 30-minute, this is where it gets telling. Well, we've got one 30-minute that gets respected and we deliver from. Second 30-minute that we gets respected and delivered from, and we're now currently inside of this 30-minute, which is showing us confirmation in the form of the IFVG that we do want to go lower. Of course, I missed my entry being that 15-second, but I ain't flicking through on the 15 seconds, so I was always going to miss it anyway. We've got all this low time frame, low resistance leading up to this new spot of potential manipulation being this 2-hour intermediate term low. Do I just go for a 1 hour? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because really, like, this leg of price action should have delivered us higher already if we were going to use it to go higher. So that to me sounds like we want to go for something new, being this 2-hour intermediate term low, before potentially redeciding where we want to go. So let's see if I get slammed. I like that candle. I like it a lot. So we have swept out that intermediate term low now, but like I said before, conviction wise, I just don't think this leg of price action is going to be what delivers us higher. We've had all the opportunity to do that and we failed to do so every time. I think we now want to go for fresh manipulation, which would be this 2-hour intermediate term low. So I am going to hold. I'm not going to go break even yet. I'm low-key just going to hold. Yeah. Banger. Yeah, so I did just explain it, but that is a pretty simple idea behind it. Lack of liquidity above, the need for a rebalance with all these open imbalances below. We've started showing signs of bearishness by disrespecting bullish, respecting bearish. 9 for open high, we get that inversion in the form of the 15-second, and then ES had like, I don't know, there's probably an inversion somewhere in that leg. Not going break even at this low. Not that it would have mattered anyway, but I just don't think that leg of price action is going to deliver us higher. I think we need a new spot of manipulation, which is this 2-hour intermediate term low. So yeah, 1.5R there, not too bad. And then it looks like we do end up just completely flipping bearish. Whatever, we'll go for a few more days. We'll see if we can recover these stats. So yeah, now I just want to get off. Like, this just looks awful. So we do tap into that daily on both assets, where we've now displaced higher. We're now inside of these 2 hours, which I would imagine should deliver us higher towards these DOLs above if we are going to be continue this bullishness. So both assets have tapped into that 2 hour, so I would accept an SMT here if that's what we want to do. But yeah, let's see what we get. So we do end up just distributing higher from that. I probably would want a 15-minute counter, to be fair. Or would I? Did 9:30-minute be late? Didn't. Do we even have DOLs above still on ES? No. Yeah, never mind then. I was going to say, if we did have DOLs above on ES still, this 5-minute con could be justified. But given that we don't, I probably won't want to take this, and that does end up hitting stop loss if you do take it. And we don't even open up. Oh, we do. I was gonna say we don't open up that 15 minute. But honestly, now that we're closing that far below, I don't even know if I want to take something like that. But let's see. We do get true manipulation, and then we just truly manipulate straight through it and flip bearish. We've opened up that bearish 15 minute now. We have still got DOLs below potentially, so short wouldn't be awful, but doesn't look like we're gonna get that. As once again, we do just fall through the floor. And it's 11. Yeah, I'm gonna go next date. How long has it been going on for? 45 minutes. Damn. Maybe 1 or 2 more days. I'll see how it goes. It's been a pretty boring set of like data, to be fair. So we are now delivering from roughly CE. Get away. Roughly CE of this weekly on NQ. We've now disrespected this daily. We're not really showing sign of respect to this daily on ES. We're opening up these aligning bias PD arrays. So potential resweep of that 4-hour intermediate term high to then deliver us lower. Yeah, lower. Don't look like we're gonna get that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not taking this. Like, I can see the idea behind it, but it's like an instant break even. Maybe a 5-minute con actually. We do get that potential for it. Do we get an inversion on this leg? 15? Man. Where is the nearest IFVG? This 1 minute. Yeah, man. Like, my bad. Suppose I should just go on the 5-second. That is so annoying. I would have definitely took something in this range. Whatever. And now we're just not going to get anything, are we? Yeah, I mean, this June price action is just as bad as the current June price action we've had. July, August. It's just all as bad as each other. And that is 11 o'clock. Right, 1 or 2 more days there, and then I am going to call it a day, because I'm getting bored. Getting bored of this awful PA. So we have got a daily all the way up here. We have delivered out this 4 hour, so we don't need to see that daily. Once again, I am just still remaining bearish here. We delivered out that weekly, disrespected this daily that was on this leg. We've got all this generated liquidity below. So just going to be looking for some sort of manipulation higher to continue this bearish move. This whole area of price action is just high time frame, low resistance, so I'm not going to be looking for any sort of like trade higher, like even like a resweep of this or a tap into this 15. It's not really going to be something I'd be open to, I don't think. We have got that 2-hour intermediate term high, that fresh 2-hour on ES, so let's see what we get. Come on, just something clean. Wait, is this even 9:30? What even is that? Let me go back. There we go. Yeah, now it just doesn't want to work. I hate this website. Right. Come on, give us something clean. No true manipulation yet. And then we just distribute. Like, bro. then we open up this 15-minute that would just be perfect for a continuation lower, but guess what? NQ's not interested, mate. It's just going to distribute. Yep. And then guess what? We open up this new 15-minute. Perfect spot for manipulation. What do you reckon NQ's going to do? Oh, we do actually get true manipulation now. Potential inversion. Watch, we'll distribute. Watch. I guarantee we flip. Guarantee we flip bullish. Maybe not. But we are now forcing me to take a 5-minute. I don't know what's worse. Resweep, but it's 10.50, so probably not going to get anything. Yeah. Right, I might as well finish the week off. Nothing that day again. Oh man, I might as well not finish the week off. What even is this? Honestly, wouldn't mind being bullish here. But like, don't know if we're going to get that. Yeah, I'm not trading this last day. This is awful. Yeah, like, I just wouldn't have even took anything there. It's just pure high time frame chop. Right, whatever. That was 15 days of price action. 3 trades, 2 break even, 1 win. Horrendous price action. Those break evens, I'd say they're pretty valid break evens. I'm pretty sure both of the trades ran for like 45 minutes after getting break even before hitting either TP or stop loss, and that's just not something I want to be involved in. So yeah, I think I played that as well as I could have. There might have been trades I missed in there just because that was painful to look at, but yeah, I feel like there was some education in this. So if you do want to see more of this, make sure to smash all the buttons below, and I shall catch you in the next one.